Look at her, she's bloody. Oh, baby.
Mogwai was just a tiny puppy, but her body looked like it had been suffering for far too long. I could not stop wondering how long she had been alone and what would happen next.
See, I'm gonna be okay now. Come, you're safe now.
When I first received the call about Mogwai, I knew she needed help right away. She was a tiny puppy, but her condition was hard to look at. Her mange was so severe that she had almost no hair left. The skin I could see was covered with scabs, sores, and open wounds. She had scratched herself again and again, trying to escape the constant itching and pain. Her body was also covered in fleas. I could not stop wondering how long she had been suffering alone.
Look how precious you are.
I know, she's adorable.
Who let this happen to you?
I did not know how many days or weeks she had spent that way. I did not know who had seen her before us, or whether anyone had tried to help. Those questions stayed in my mind as I looked at her. She was so small, and yet she had already endured more discomfort than any puppy should have to face. What I did know was simple. From that point on, she would not have to go through it alone. I wanted her to have a quiet place where healing could begin. After a few days with me, I started noticing something that surprised me. Mogwai was not focused on her wounds. She seemed much more interested in being near a person. Wherever I went, she followed. If I sat down, she wanted to be close. If I moved to another room, she came after me. Sometimes she would simply stand beside my feet and look up. There was no complicated request in her expression. She seemed to want company. That small habit became part of our everyday routine. Her treatment was steady and simple, even though it required time. We gave her medicated baths and used special shampoos. We treated the sores with ointments and gave her medicine for the mange. We treated the fleas too. She also needed nutritious meals so her little body could rebuild its strength. Nothing changed overnight. Some mornings I looked at her and could barely see a difference. Other days, I noticed one small improvement. I learned to pay attention to those little changes and let them add up.
Oh, how dare I not hold you? Okay, come on. There we go.
Gradually, Mogwai's skin began to look better. The scabs started disappearing. Her wounds slowly closed. The itching became less intense, and she seemed more comfortable in her own body. I remember watching her rest without constantly scratching herself. That quiet moment meant something to me. She was still recovering, but she was no longer spending every minute trying to find relief. She could sleep, she could eat, she could stay beside me without being consumed by discomfort. It felt like she was finally getting room to simply be a puppy.
It is time for Mogwai's 7-week skin check-in. And I think we're finally there, y'all. She is very, very healed up.
What stayed with me most was her trust. Mogwai had every reason to be cautious around people. Instead, she welcomed gentle attention. Whenever someone knelt beside her, her tail would begin to wag. A soft touch could change her whole expression. A few kind words seemed enough to make her comfortable. I never had the feeling that she was asking for anything complicated. She seemed happy when someone sat with her. After everything she had experienced, she still made room for affection. I found that quietly moving.
Mogwai said hard pass on the rain, so we will be pottying inside for the foreseeable future, huh? Are you the cutest little Mogwai? What a good girl!
As the days passed, Mogwai continued taking small steps forward. Her treatment was working, but I knew we were not finished. Her skin still needed time. Her fur had to grow back, and her body needed more strength. There would be more medicated baths, more ointments, more medicine, and more checkups. Recovery can be slow, especially when an animal has been struggling for a long time. I tried not to look too far ahead. Instead, I focused on the next meal, the next treatment, and the next quiet day.
Oh my goodness.
Come here, Rose. Come here. The leaves. Yes. I miss you. I do.
I also began seeing more of Mogwai's personality. She was gentle and affectionate, and she seemed especially pleased when someone gave her attention. Sometimes she would settle beside me and simply stay there. I could feel her little body relaxing. Her eyes looked clearer, and her movements became easier. She was still fragile, and I knew that setbacks were possible, but I also knew she had people watching over her. That mattered. We could not erase what happened before she came to us, but we could give her a different experience now.
So Mogwai's new thing is she likes to roll on her back and try and get all of her friends to play with her. You just have to see it.
For me, Mogwai's recovery was never about reaching one perfect moment. It was about the ordinary things that slowly returned to her life. A comfortable nap, a good meal, less scratching, a tail wag when someone walked into the room. Those details were easy to overlook, but together they showed that she was healing. I wanted to give her enough time to discover what it felt like to live without constant pain. Her story was still unfinished, and I could not predict exactly how long the road would be. I only knew we would keep walking it.
You're so close to the grass. Look, so close, yet so far. Look at it. Look at you sitting here.
Mogwai's story reminds us that healing begins when someone chooses to care. She arrived frightened, sick, and covered in painful wounds, but what she needed was more than medicine. She needed patience, safety, kindness, and someone who would not give up on her. Sometimes saving an animal does not mean creating one perfect ending. It simply means staying beside them, one meal, one treatment, one peaceful night at a time, until they finally discover what it feels like to be safe.
Oh my goodness. Come here, Rox. Come here. Mogwai said hard pass on the rain, so we will be pottying inside for the foreseeable future, huh? Mogwai said hard pass on the rain, so we will be pottying inside for the foreseeable future, huh?
I have learned that caring for an animal in poor condition takes patience, preparation, and professional guidance. If I were helping an exotic or special needs animal, I would research carefully, speak with experienced professionals, and make sure I was ready for the long term. Mogwai reminded me that healing can begin with simple care, and I am grateful to share her story. If it touched you, you can share it or subscribe while her journey continues one gentle day at a time.